Violence and horror took over Mexican soccer. While the authorities of Queretaro officially report 22 people injured and 9 hospitalized, 2 seriously. Local media claim there are at least 17 dead after a brutal battle in the match between Queretaro and Atlas. The chaos erupted in the second half, when Gallo's supporters reached the sector assigned for visitors from different access gates and began to attack as many people as appeared in their path. Chivas fans pray for the health of Atlas fans. In Guadalajara, Chivas fans continue to come to the Jalisco Stadium to leave candles and pray for the health of the Atlas fans who were brutally beaten in. The rivalry between the two Guadalajara teams has been put aside. In 2021, a man entered the Azteca Stadium with a gun. In October 2021, Mexico City authorities identified the subject who entered the Azteca Stadium with a firearm and recorded himself threatening to murder America fans. According to reports, Mexico City security elements recognized the man as Diego R. and he already has a wanted file. However, so far there are no clues as to his whereabouts. President of Liga MX on the alleged death of Arturo Buenastro. The president of Liga MX, Mikel Arriola, said that the case of Arturo Buenastro I have it under consideration, but it is not confirmed by official sources. Arriola explained that the next hours will be crucial to clarify the facts and clarify responsibilities. But he reiterated that there are no confirmed deaths following the brutal fight between Queretaro and Atlas fans. We have to assume the official sources as a true and current source. The case of Arturo Buenastro I have considered, the secretariats have to exchange information on a case-by-case basis. Our task is to confirm with official sources, he said at a press conference. My friend is dead, says female Atlas fan. Although the governor of Queretaro, Mauricio Curry, has said that no deaths have been reported in the pitched battle between Queretaro and Atlas fans, a fan of the Zorroches confirmed the death of her friend Arturo Buenastro. On Saturday night, the woman burst into tears outside the Estadio Corregidora and said that her friend was brutally beaten. It's already confirmed, the death of my friend. There are friends who are missing and they still can't find them, she said. FIFA asks Liga MX for justice and repudiates violence. FIFA said in a statement that it is shocked by the tragic incident that occurred at the La Corregidora Stadium in the city of Queretaro during the match between Queretaro and Atlas. The acts of violence in the La Corregidora Stadium are unacceptable and intolerable, he added. In addition, FIFA condemned this incident and encouraged local authorities to bring swift justice to those individuals responsible. Our thoughts are with all who suffered its consequences, he said. Liga MX prohibits the entry of Barra Bravas from visiting teams. The president of the Liga MX, Mikel Arriola, said in a press conference that the Barra Bravas of the visiting teams will no longer be able to attend the Liga MX stadiums. Arriola called an extraordinary assembly of the Liga MX on Tuesday morning, in which he will meet with the directors of the Mexican clubs to determine the next steps to follow. Sister of one of the Atlas fans attacked denounces abuses by the authorities. Tanya Silva, sister of one of the Atlas fans attacked by Queretaro fans, denounced on her Twitter account that the authorities allegedly want to arrest his brother for damage to the property. As everyone already knows, my brother is in the hospital in Queretaro, as are some of his friends, who are beaten, and even so they were taken to the prosecutor's office. They are detained because of damage to the property. They also want to arrest my brother, she wrote. Report. Queretaro proposed to renew game on Sunday, Atlas refused. According to a report by Fox Sports' Natalia Leon, in an act of pure coldness affront this harsh situation, Queretaro directives had proposed to Atlas to renew the game on Sunday as if nothing had happened. Atlas of course refused this proposal. This of course, minimizes the tragedy that happened at La Corregidora Stadium, as the directives wanted to resume the game without knowing any sanctions that would be implemented for the team. It is expected to know the deliberation as soon as next Wednesday. Read more here. The governor of Queretaro meets with the president of Liga MX. The governor of Queretaro, Mauricio Curry, reported on his Twitter account that he met with Mikel Arriola, president of Liga MX, and Gabriel Solares, president of Queretaro, to continue the investigations after the brutal fight between fans of Queretaro and the Atlas. "No one will go unpunished," he said, adding a picture of the meeting. Could Queretaro be disaffiliated of Liga MX after incident? The Mexican soccer regulations are clear and focus on several points that the Gallos would have breached after the fight with the Atlas fans, which are based in security issues, repetition of fouls and commitment of local authorities and teams. A fragment of the regulation says that an affiliate to the FMF, Mexican Football Federation, will lose his affiliation if b. the team commits a serious offense and or violates or breaches on more than one occasion any provision of these regulations, the bylaws, the directives or the decisions of FIFA, CONCACAF and, or the FMF itself. Mikel Arriola also commented that they will not go easy on the sanctions and that, if sufficient evidence is gathered in this legal case against Queretaro, they could disaffiliate the team. Read more here. How was the dangerous rivalry between the two Mexican teams born? Rivalries in soccer are very passionate. Some of them, however, have gone beyond the sporting barrier to become a wave of violence between people that has led to. Queretaro and Atlas are two Liga MX teams with a short but aggressive history of fights that did not stop at chants and messages of support. The rivalry between the two teams has come to blows and caused several people to be seriously injured as a result of this unbridled passion. If you want to know more about the origins of the rivalry between the two teams, click here. Queretaro fanboy gave his shirt to Atlas fan to protect her from violence. Hours after dozens of aggressions were recorded at the Estadio Corregidora, one of the young women who attended the Atlas vs Queretaro match said that she was saved from violence thanks to a child. The Twitter user, Malcriada Como Nairobi, assured that, when violence broke out, a boy approached her and offered her his home team jersey so that she would not be attacked. "Thanks to the boy from Queretaro who gave me his shirt so I could leave the stadium safely. I hope with all my heart that God blesses you very much," she. To prove this, the Twitter user uploaded a photo with the shirt, which has several autographs from the Gallos players. Gallos directive and Liga MX lying about incident? See. According to a report by ESPN's Mauricio Pedroza, directives of Queretaro Gallos and the Liga MX might be withholding information to exhume responsibilities from the incident at the La Corregidora Stadium during last night's game between Queretaro and Atlas. According to Pedroza, a member of the team's directive that preferred to remain anonymous said that if deaths are reported in or around the stadium, there is a criminal civil liability for the team in the league. If they are reported dead, they will say they died in the hospital. Governor of Jalisco has no report of deaths. The governor of Jalisco, Enrique Alfaro, shared a message on his social networks to reiterate that he has not received any reports of deaths, but that he is still in contact with the governor of Queretaro, Mauricio Curry, to find those responsible for the fight between Queretaro and Atlas fans. Atlas fans pray for those involved in violence. In the early hours of Sunday morning, Atlas fans gathered near the Jalisco Stadium in Guadalajara to pray for their relatives who were involved in the violent events in Queretaro. Many people carried candles and photographs of their relatives. Latest official report from Queretaro state government. The government of Queretaro reported that there are at least 26 injured, 24 men and 2 women, and 3 serious patients. One of them was intubated, but no longer needs life support and is in critical moments, following the brutal fight at the match between Queretaro and Atlas. 3 people have been released from the hospital. In addition, authorities said that the security company did not comply with the corresponding number of elements for the match, for which they are being investigated as part of those responsible. A firefighter from the state of Queretaro is among the injured. There are no detainees, says Queretaro State Government Secretary Guadalupe Murguia Gutierrez. Queretaro State Government Secretary Guadalupe Murguia Gutierrez reported Sunday that so far there are no detainees, but all the necessary investigations are being carried out. We will be informing in case it requires some kind of sanction, she added. Investigations are being carried out at the prosecutor's office. Gutierrez said that there are several investigation folders, one of them for attempted homicide. Queretaro state authorities are opening an investigation for attempted homicide. The governor of the state of Queretaro, Mauricio Curry, spoke to the media on Sunday to outline the following measures. The police did not act with the promptness that was needed, he said. Bus with Atlas fans was attacked when leaving Queretaro. One of the buses that arrived in Guadalajara, Jalisco, early Sunday morning was stoned as it left the city of Queretaro. In the video it can be seen how one of the windows of the unit is smashed. The people were sad. Since I've been traveling with the supporters club, I've never seen this before. Atlas Supporters Club truck driver narrates the return trip from La Corregidora Stadium to Guadalajara. He said that 3 passengers were missing. Governor of the state of Queretaro will give a message after the events at La Corregidora Stadium. The governor of the state of Queretaro, Mauricio Curry, will hold a press conference in a few minutes to give more details about the brutal fight between fans at the match between Queretaro and Atlas. Authorities insist that there are no reports of deaths so far. The crude testimonies of Atlas fans. When we wanted to escape through the exit gate, we found that in the away zone there were already Queretaro fans, because the police also opened those security gates for them. They cornered us and threw stones. It was probably all premeditated, said an Atlas fan involved in the fight, confirming the death of one of his. We were forbidden to enter with coins and they had ice picks, knives and even guns. There are videos showing the police opening the gates. A close friend died. I saw many dead. The bodies were inert on the ground and they kept beating them. They even chopped off the head of one of the deceased with an ice pick and then took off his clothes. They took absolutely everything from him even if he was already dead. Were the police complicit in the brutal Queretaro vs Atlas brawl? Images of the brutal fight that took place at the Estadio Corregidora have been reproduced on social networks. Mexican media point out that this happened due to the lack-and complicity of the security present. In different videos it can be seen how the security personnel opened doors to facilitate the fight, were part of the beatings and did not protect the families who were in the conflict zones. Queretaro fans break the VAR equipment. There were some ultras who did step on the pitch. No police force was reported to prevent a major incident like the one that took place. As the Queretaro ultras go on the pitch, many of them vandalized the VAR equipment that includes a television and the entire setup. Liga MX officials will need to act against all the events that took place in a bloody evening for both Queretaro and Atlas FC fans. The most telling image was a family running away from the brawl and one of the little children not even wearing his Atlas jersey. Queretaro ultras got so wild that they would even dare hurting a child for wearing the opponent's kit. More deaths will likely be reported as the hours go by, with the tragedy still unfolding. Which Sunday games are suspended? Liga MX finally announced they are suspending Sunday's games, 3 of them in total. In the morning, Pumas vs Mazatlan is suspended. Pachuca vs Tigres is not happening and Xolos vs San Luis is also suspended. What we have now is a long week filled with investigations and searching of all the people who participated in this unprecedented tragedy in Mexican soccer. More in Marca. Wanda Nara admits she has cheated on a partner in the past. Marca. Messi. I had decided to end my career at Barcelona. Marca. All of them need to respond to justice. But more importantly, Liga MX as an institution needs to take the necessary measures in order to eradicate this type of violence that comes from ultras getting free range to do what they want. This is a very similar situation to what England went through during the 80s as Margaret Thatcher stood up against the infamous hooligans.